The research into bogs and the role they play in formation of the Earth's climate has been done by scientists from Tomsk State University in collaboration with their colleagues from Russia and overseas for more than 20 years. Regular field parties to West Siberian wetlands have resulted in a number of implemented projects, scientific publications, and successfully defended qualifying papers. A group of Tomsk and French researchers managed to prove that monitoring thermokarst lake dynamics in changing permafrost is extremely important for prognostic modeling greenhouse gases emission into the atmosphere, which is the most serious threat of global warming. The site for studying small thermokarst lakes within the Russian-French project Kar-Vet-Sip is located in the central part of West Siberia, at the distance of 20 kilometers from the village of Hanameya, in the North Taiga subzone. This is a very interesting site, located in a continental part of a forest and tundra area, with typical frozen mountain bogs and thermokarst lakes. Fortunately, the area has not been affected yet by oil and gas producing complex, which is actively developing its infrastructure all over the territory of West Siberia. This is the reason why researchers have an opportunity to continue work on the studying the region's impact on formation of the Earth's climate. How is a thermokarst or thaw lake formed? A typical succession of events includes a crack appearing in the lichen cover of the surface of the frozen mound, which results in peat layer degradation. Then, a pulsar depression is formed, which is later filled with the water from the thawing. The size of the depression increases, forming a shallow round lake characterized by intensive peat abrasion at the border. In the summer of 2012, a team of researchers, including scientists from Tomsk State University and Oleg Pokrovsky, a researcher from Midi-Pyrenees Laboratory, who is now the head of Tomsk State University Laboratory, had a field party in the area with thermokarst lakes. The researchers obtained unique results. For more than 3 months, the weather in the region was hot and dry. Air temperatures were 5 to 15 degrees higher than those observed during the previous period of 30 years. This unusual climate phenomenon provided an opportunity to examine the effects of short-term natural heating of water in thermokarst ponds and lakes and compare these observations to previous field results obtained when the temperature was normal in the same region. In 2012, thermokarst water bodies shrank significantly. Water levels dropped approximately 50 centimeters and shallow soil depressions drained. The increase in water temperatures resulted in changes in its chemical composition. In water bodies, a concentrated composition of trace elements and macrocells was generated. Carbon balance changed. Nature seems to have modeled the situation that might arise under global warming influence. On doing the research, scientists found out that in these conditions, emission of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere rises abruptly. After a series of biogeochemical experiments with thermokarst lakes at different stages of development, members of the project Kar-Vet-Sip discovered that small lakes emit into the atmosphere hundreds of times more methane than larger ones, thus strengthening the so-called greenhouse effect. But these small water bodies have not been the subject of research until recently. They are difficult to identify in images, and during the studies on location, researchers preferred to deal with large lakes, considering them to be better representatives of the class. Meanwhile, the number of small thermokarst lakes is estimated to be millions of lakes, and all of them emit lots of methane. Despite this fact, they are not taken into consideration in existing carbon exchange models. To take these small water bodies' role into account, one needs new models. The researchers from Russian-French team are convinced that to continue the research is of vital importance. The experience of working for many years in the wetland region of Hanameya proves that it is necessary to organize permanent monitoring research. This is the reason why scientists are working on creation of a field research station Hanameya Displays, which is considered to be the most typical and representative one for vast territories of the landscape. Areas of frozen mountain bogs here are incomparably larger than similar ones in Scandinavia, Canada, and Alaska. The processes going on in this area have not been studied in detail, and we may be faced with new risks and threats caused by Maya and thermokarst activity here. Besides a lot of material to study, the region is easy to reach. The city of Noyabrsk with an airport is not far, and the village Hанымея with a railway station is at a distance of 20 kilometers from the site where the station is planned to be built. In 2013, in accordance with an issued grant in Hанымея area, field observations continue, and the agreement with local authorities on allocating the chosen site to organize a research station has been reached. In the recent years, mechanisms of multilateral collaboration and possibilities to take part in large complex programs have been developing fast. The collaboration of Tomsk researchers with their colleagues from abroad lasting for many years, implementation of several international projects, and rising interest to Bog subject on the part of French, Polish, American colleagues and researchers from other countries confirm the necessity of creating a permanent research station in the region. Now, the researchers have all possibilities to do it. A large international project, in accordance with Regulation of Government of Russian Federation number 220, is being implemented in Tomsk State University. A world-class laboratory will be organized under the guidance of Oleg Pokrovsky, which will be specializing in the studying of climate-regulating role of the West Siberian wetlands. A new station will make it possible to expand the range of researchers, provide researchers mobility, and training specialists in this field of science. Observation, monitoring, experiments and modeling will be supported with modern technologies, specification of composition of elements, monitoring environment parameters using GIS technologies. This is only one of the projects. Tomsk State University has the experience of organizing stations of the kind. For more than half a century, a research station has been working in the Altai Mountains in the Aktru Valley. Both Russian and foreign scientists work here. Students of various majors, botanists, ecologists, hydrologists, have practical training sessions at the station. Every year, large scientific events are held. Station infrastructure is being improved constantly. In 2011, Aktru Station was included as an observer into International Network for Terrestrial Research and Monitoring in the Arctic, INTERACT.